Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov. What it do? Episode 24 to the outlet to reality. The hardest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? With my co-host Hami Arain. And this is the place where you're trying to leave your drama, hide from your reality. This is where you gotta be. Don't forget, fans, to like, share, comment, subscribe. And today we have a special guest. He's one of our biggest fans, my best friend. Give it up for Victor Collaso, a film director, a writer. This guy is like, man, the next CEO. Oh, shit. And not only that, he is one of the founders of Take One, Pass It Back, one of the best sitcoms in YouTube. So real quick before hey, what's up, Vic? How you doing, bro? You doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you, Dave, and Hami for letting me be on your show and everything. It's a real honor. Really love you guys' podcast.
Of course, brother. Of course.
Yeah, this is weird. I mean, you're literally like a number one fan. It's actually crazy. I don't want to, everyone else who's been commenting. I know it's like usually it's like the same like six sort of people, which is great. Anyone who's commenting, please keep doing it. You don't have to listen, just comment. You don't have to listen.
Right.
Shit. You have no idea. Actually, David flies to Vegas and he threatens me every single time to comment. So
that's funny, man. Hey, I gotta share a quick story, man, just for fans who don't know.
All right, hold on. I want to ask: is this about a club?
Okay.
Is this about a club?
No.
Is this about a date?
It's actually about a crazy ex-girlfriend.
There you go. All right, go ahead. I'm all ears. Go ahead.
All right, so Vic told me so many times back then to not date this girl, and my dumbass self said, "Man, I just wanna, yeah." So I couldn't say no.
Your pants were talking for you, yeah.
Yeah. My spider senses were tingling, so I was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get some action." So, anyways, one day I fought with this girl. Like we had a big argument, whatever. And I called my boy Vic. I said, "Vic, hey, let's go hang out." And my boy Vic, he's like, "Man, I gotta get some new shoes because I got an interview tomorrow." I said, "I got you. I'm gonna pull up. We're gonna have a good time." He's like, "All right, cool. I'll get ready in 5 minutes." So I'm heading there, right? On my way to his place is probably 10 minutes away from my crib. I get there, right? I'm like, "Hey, Vic, I'm outside." He's like, "All right, cool." Vic gets in my car, and I see my door open on the driver's side, and it's my ex, the girl that I'm with, and she goes, and I'm like, "Vic, she found me." I was like, "Oh shit!" I tried to hide, and she found my ass. It was the craziest thing because it was just scary. Like I've never had a girl that stalked me. Like, damn girl, like take it easy. I'm gonna give you that punani, like I'm gonna give you all that, but I can't do it tonight. It's guys' night. I gotta hang out with my boy. It was crazy because Vic had to see this whole commotion. He saw me like trying to, fight for my rights at that moment, and it was just an argument. And Vic is like, "Are we still gonna get my shoes?"
Valid question. It's a very valid question.
Right. And I'm like, "Vic, give me a sec, bro. I'm still arguing. Like, I got to win this." And I'm like, "Look, girl, I came here for my friend. I need a place to, escape and hang out with my boys. So we're going to get back to our topic later. Okay?" But I was like, "Yo, Vic, I can't believe she found me. Did she, like, literally follow me on my way to his house?" That's the thing.
This is the thing that happens. So my part is that, first of all, every time you would pick me up, she would be in the car, and every time you guys pick me up, she would call me and say, "Hey, Vic, we're downstairs." I'm like, okay. So I already knew that you were on your way, so I'm thinking, I didn't know you guys had a fight or anything, and you just calling me, "Hey, bro, I just want to hang out, blah, blah, blah." I'm thinking like, okay, she's there. So I get a call from her. I got my stuff ready. I go out. I got to go to Kmart because it's about to close in the next, hour. And then all of a sudden, she's like, "Is Dave with you?" And I'm just like, "Oh shit! I thought you guys were already together." And it's like, "No, we had a fight." "Oh, David, why did you tell me you two had a fight?" And then she was very she knew that he was on his way to my place, And so she actually came from where she was, followed him all the way there. And by the time I got in the car, that's when she just opened the door. I mean, just imagine like thunder striking. That's what it was like. And then she just like, we need to talk.
Yeah,
And I'm just,
Low humming music. Yeah.
yeah, just like open up the door and just like, we need to talk. And then David pulls over to the side, and I'm just like, am I gonna get my shoes? I really gotta get this interview. I need the second job. I'm not gonna have this interview, am I? I lost the job. And sure enough, we went there, but it was the most awkward, like car ride, like all the way over there. Good God.
Oh man. Yeah, women know. Women know. They know exactly where you are. They know exactly who to talk to. By the way, not to get too much off track, but the Lakers unfortunately just won the championship.
No way.
And it's actually crazy. It's episode 24. That's actually crazy. This is Kobe's old number. Very
Kobe's
coincidence.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just watching. I don't know why I'm a masochist, so I like watching stuff that that hurts me. And the Lakers just won their 17th title. That kills me, but whatever.
Was that last
LeBron
night?
got his third ring.
It's tonight. It's right now. Literally happening right now. They're celebrating right now.
Oh man.
Game just finished. Yeah.
What was the score?
So the Lakers dominated this game, like from the second quarter onwards. And at one point the score was like 85 to like 52 or some shit. But the Heat, I guess they came back. It was 106 to 93. So it was kind of respectable to score, but everyone knew they were going to win. It's a bummer. It really is.
Good.
No offense if you're a Laker fan. Actually, full offense. Full offense if you're a Laker fan out there. Yeah.
Wow. Oh man. Well, kudos to LeBron winning his third championship.
Fourth.
Oh, fourth. That's right.
Hey.
But yeah, with third team though. Third team.
Damn. LeBron
Yeah,
is really
that's the first time. That's
Yeah.
the first time for anyone has been the main dog and won for 3 different teams.
Damn. And Michael, he won how many 6 rings for the same
6.
team?
He never lost in the finals, Jordan. So that's his big thing, right? And LeBron, he's made the finals 10 times, which is amazing. He's 4-6, 4-7, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Good God.
But yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know if I should be watching this. I'll watch it. Fuck it. Why not? I'll always watch the celebration and stuff like that. Why not?
Yeah.
No matter how much I hate the team. Yeah, I don't really hate the Lakers like that. But sorry for going off tangent.
No, it's fine.
You good, brother.
Oh shoot.
So what do you want to ask us, Hami? Because this is a big honor, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you guys were both on my radio show actually, and Dave, I think you were on a couple times, but I know Victor, you were on once.
Yeah.
So I feel I already asked all. I asked a lot of the main basic questions and stuff like that. But how are you working on anything new going on since the quarantine, or at least have you done anything new in terms of that side?
On the side of filmmaking,
Yeah.
so far.
Oh, I meant that side in filmmaking, within filmmaking and stuff like that.
Well, I have my feature film that I want to release this year on YouTube. I made it about 2 years ago, but to put it on YouTube is terrible when it comes to formatting your stuff on there. But so that's what I'm doing, and then hopefully people will be able to see my very first feature film on there. This cut is about 1 hour and 30 minutes exactly. Where
that's perfect.
1 hour and 45. Yeah.
It's perfect. Yeah, I mean, was that was that one of the first things you thought? I want to make it a 90-minute, 100-minute movie, not too long, or it just came about like that? It probably did.
No, actually, the idea came from the writer, star, and the producer of the movie, and he just came to me because he knew that I do filmmaking. We were supposed to do another feature film during 2014, but then that's when we did Take One Pass It Back.
Mm-hmm.
He followed up about back in 2017. Hey, let's do this film. And I was like, yeah, I'm down to do it. But I told him I want to do 90 minutes and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do 2 hours, nothing like that. I think an hour and a half is perfect for my first
for a movie.
Film. So yeah, but it's nice. A little bit about the film. It's a coming of age story about 2 20-year-olds just trying to find their own individuality in their world. So, for example, one character, he has 2 jobs, taking care of his ailing father, but he wants to be a writer. But he has really no time taking care of his father. Then the other person is about 21, and she wants to be a singer in a high affluent family. And, of course, that's just a no-no in their world. drop money,
Mhm.
go for your passion.
Mhm.
That don't work for them. Yeah.
I'm because I'm sure like I mean like David said you're a writer and I'm sure I'm assuming you have like maybe hundreds of scripts, maybe thousands, right?
I wouldn't say hundreds, but I got a couple. I got a couple
You
here and there.
see, I'm sure like what's the I mean this could be even it doesn't have to be like now, it doesn't have to be like what you've been working the last month even. It could be even like the first time you started writing. What's the worst script you've ever written? Or like the worst like storyline where it was just like, oh God, I hate this.
Oh shoot, that's
Damn.
dang. I was not expecting this. Like, dang, what's something that I wrote that was so terrible?
Or is the writing the shitty stuff? Is that like a bridge to writing like the better stuff? Is that like the idea of page, the outline?
Well, I like to say like with Take One Pass It Back, everything was like written. I mean, the very first script was rewritten like at least 7 times before we even like handed it over to the actors, and then was rewritten. And it went through massive rewrites. But I feel like that show with writing actually like helped me develop like characters and stories and stuff like that. So you might have seen like a couple of episodes that kind of like go down like in quality because I'm just like I don't know where I'm writing myself in this corner. I gotta do something. I can't kill them off.
Oh man, honestly, if you started killing people off, in like just like a random show, I think people would love it.
Yeah,
It would be like a new reality show.
it would be funny.
Wait, technically, we almost lost an actor. I don't know if Big wants to speak on that. We almost lost an actor.
Are you saying like like they almost passed away or something, or are you saying like they wanted to quit or threatening to quit?
We could have been sued.
Oh.
Yeah, let me tell you. So we have this scene, this skit. We got, I don't know if you remember Little Man. He's on season 1. Short dude.
Yeah. I remember him, yeah.
Okay, he's like 5'2", looks like almost a midget. And basically in the skit, he's supposed to run the treadmill as fast as he can, right? So Kush and Big Man are in there, right? And Vic is like, all right, Kush, press like all the way. You can do it.
No. I didn't say all the way. I just said like go, but stop. He's like ready when he's ready to stop. Not too fast. I'll speed up in post.
Yeah, and we put in, and you see little like he's going so fast. You see the 2 little feet, bro.
Yeah.
Tell me why. Vic is like, I think in his conscience something told him we need to save this guy's life. So Vic goes, Big Man, go behind him. Go behind him. and it's funny because Big Man goes behind him, and this is the moment to catch him, right? So naturally, Vic is thinking in his head, the little man's gonna go like this, like backwards, right? But this guy fell forward. Boom, boom, so and he went boom, boom, and then like you see his shit fall, and then Big Man is like, he fell forward. He fell forward. And so the ambulance comes, everybody comes.
Oh,
and it's so crazy because
what did he have, a concussion or something?
Bro.
No, he didn't have a concussion. He just got a stitch like around his eye. Or something.
Okay.
Let me just clarify about that.
He could have a nice piercing.
I incriminated myself. So I told him, I said, like, look, when you're ready, like you're going too fast, tell us to stop immediately. And he's like, no, I could keep going. So if you actually hear in the video, you actually hear him say, okay, keep going. I'm not saying that. He's saying that. And then when I tell George, get behind him. And then I'm going to tell Dimitri, that's the guy's name, just stop. And then just have the momentum just go backwards. But he kept going, and he never said stop. And then he lost his footing. And then his face hit the thing.
I wonder if he accidentally touched the side.
No, he didn't. You can actually see his foot. He just lost his footing. Just one foot, just a little bit like that. The funny thing about it is that I was so scared because his parents, first of all, he's older than all of us. At that time, we were like 23, 24. He was the one that was 28, 29. And his parents were yelling at Ronnie because he's the one who brought him onto the show. It's like, you got him hurt. Now he's got bandages. He looks like the mummy and everything. And I'm just like, I'm not there. So David hears this, and they're yelling, and they don't sue us and everything. But I was really scared. But the next, we didn't talk to him again for like another 3 weeks until we said like we're gonna do the Hunger Games, and that's when his eyes just like, you want to do a Hunger Games? I'm like, don't worry, you're not gonna be hurt or anything like that. The minute I mentioned the idea, is just like, so there's gonna be a part where big man, you guys gonna be fine. He's gonna throw you against the wall, and I'm gonna get your clothes and put a dummy. He's just gonna do that, and he just after that he just stopped talking to us. That's it.
He never answered my phone call.
Actually, a couple of weeks before we shot his scene, he actually wanted to leave the show. He was like, I wanted to do other things. I'm like, okay. Give me a couple of episodes to write you in the second season, and then we're going to, like, issue your character off. But when you work on my set, you don't leave unless you leave in a body bag. Sorry.
Hey, but tell what Big Man was thinking when we were outside.
Oh, so here's the thing also. It's just like when he got hurt, he didn't have a concussion. This man was literally sitting in a chair, legs folded, and he's just bleeding like nonstop. And he's talking to the paramedics. And he's just saying, I do boxing, and this happens on a normal basis. And we're just looking at him like, so you just train in boxing, you bleed like this profusely. So you're just used to this. And he's just like, yeah, I do this all the time. I'm like, okay, sure. And I told him, like, when you're in Northeastern, do not park in our parking lot because they'll tow your car.
Yeah.
Sure enough, he didn't follow directions. And he parked in there. After all the cars left, we finally found it, but we were looking forever. George has said this. He's like, hey, guys, if we all go to prison, at least we all know each other. Really? Really? So we're all going to go to the same prison. The only person who was actually safe was David, because David didn't say anything, so nobody would know unless we told on him that David was there. Other than that, David was quiet.
Yeah, I was smart. I played smart because if you see the video, you can hear Vic's voice. You can't see him. You see Big Man, you see Little Man, and Kush, but you don't see me at all. So if I go to court, I just say, "Oh, Your Honor, I wasn't there. I was actually taking the shit." You know what I'm saying?
We're doing crowd control. You were making sure nobody was passing through and everything.
Right.
You talk all the time, but that's the first time that you actually were quiet.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Oh shit, man! Good times, man.
You guys have you have a favorite episode on that show?
Actually, me and David both have to agree that our favorite episode is episode 3.
Episode 3.
Episode 3 of the second season.
Oh, okay.
Of the second season. The reason why for that is because David wrote that episode, but I co-wrote it. And then I directed, edited, all that other stuff. But it was just a perfect blend of telling the story of how these two people met, their first dates, how the relationship went on. And it was just on them. We didn't have to worry about Kush, Claire, nobody. They were there in that story. But it was mainly on David's character and bringing in Yasmin, this new character. So even though it's the highest grossing one, but that's our favorite one.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, man. And also it's funny that girl that I kissed, that was the first time she's ever made out with anybody.
Don't flatter yourself, David, please.
Sorry, man. I kind of felt special. Like, damn, it's your first time. And we did I told Vic, Vic, we got to do a lot of takes. I think, you got to
right. Little man, how are you going to kill him off? How are you planning on it? How are you going to throw him off? Because you're saying you were going to write him off and somehow.
Oh, well, we did that.
What were you thinking? Oh, okay.
Oh, how was I going to write him off? I was just going to pretty much say he transferred to another school.
Oh, okay.
Like that. That was something very simple.
That makes sense.
In the show, we made it seem like he died and he was in this urn. But it just he just went ahead. David has this voiceover that says he just left school. That's it. He just dropped out.
Right.
But busting his shit, he actually busted his shit and he lost his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Ego will kill you.
Ego will kill you.
It's running on the treadmill. Keep going, get faster.
No, and then, like I said, take one pass it back. Even though it's a little hokey and stuff, I think we could have done a lot of things behind the camera. People did not know. Behind the camera was really, really gold. Dimitri, he was a little bit of a jerk. he was he was a little bit different. Like he didn't see the other actors like on the same. Like he really had he just inflated himself.
This is Little Man.
Yeah, Little Man. Like
Okay,
he
Dimitri.
was a character. He just thought he was the stuff. I'm like, really?
Right.
I'm like,
because no, I mean, that could be maybe because he's older than all you guys, and he's probably
yeah,
like,
that's
oh, it's
probably
just,
why.
these guys are doing their thing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's a shame. I don't know. I mean, like it's weird because like when everyone's like not on the same page like that, and like there's kind of like an outcast or like there's like this weird sort of tension. I don't know. I mean, like, has anything like that ever came up any other time besides the time?
What do you mean?
Like some sort of maybe tension between, because you're saying he maybe wanted to be like bigger role or something like that. Any sort of tension maybe to you guys or to the other actors or something like that.
Actually,
was he kind of passive aggressive or something like that, or was he very open about he
want to take it, David, or
yeah? I was gonna say
this ought to be good. This ought to be good.
Yeah. So basically, I'm not gonna lie, but there's moments with the cast that, depending on the personalities, they'll crash or clash. So like Clarabelle, which is one of my good friends, there was maybe I don't know how many times, maybe just twice, where she and Victor, the director, bump heads a little bit, and I've never really saw it. I'm like, oh shit, which side do I pick? They're both my friends. I don't want to lose them.
It's tough.
You know
It's tough.
And Vic, at his position, it's just like, I mean, the good thing about Vic, like, he'll say his point, but at the same time, work things out and find a way where we can come back to reality. You know what I'm saying? So that's the good thing about Vic. Like, he's strict, but I like that. And here's a good thing. He always fed us. Me and Vic, we always fed our cast. Like, we'll either have pizza, tacos, Chinese food, and our actors, they didn't have to worry about food. So that's a good thing. But
yeah,
they can go more in detail, like with Ronnie, Kush, and Clarabelle, if you want to share a little bit.
So just to get an idea of how it really was working behind the scenes to take on Pass It Back, have you ever seen 30 Rock with Tina Fey?
Oh yeah, 30 Rock, yeah. One of my favorite shows.
That's 100% how it was working on Take On Pass It Back. Like, Ronnie was very much like Tracy Jordan. Like, literally, he would just, I swear, he'll come in late. You have to tell him the wrong time.
Yeah.
He doesn't read the script. And he just likes to go off ad-lib. And he wants you to tell him everything. And, like, you have that for some actors. Even, like, professional actors, you hear that all the time.
Curb, yeah.
Me and Clarabelle clashed in the second season at the very beginning because I think it was because she's like the only woman on the show. So being the only woman, I mean, Carrie Fisher was the same way in Star Wars. It's just like, you're the only woman. You got to make sure your voice is heard. And it makes sense. But there was one day where we were filming for so long, and it was just a long day and everything, and it, things were just going down. And she just flipped out. She just like, I'm tired. And she started yelling. And I'm just like, oh, my God. I couldn't believe this. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? We're going to have to wrap up today. And later on that week, we made up and everything, and we got the relationship back on track and everything. But she just let me know her concerns and everything, and that's when I started introducing other female characters. Like, there was Jessica, but she was only there from time to time, and then I had to introduce Yasmin, other female characters. So I just wanted to make sure, like, I heard you.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm assuming that was her frustration, that she was the only woman.
She was like the only woman on there.
Or not like I shouldn't say the only frustration, but like one of the frustrations or something like that. Maybe it was the only. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it was like, time wise. Again, you shoot an episode. It takes about maybe 3 to 5 episodes, 5 hours to shoot like maybe 2 scenes.
Right.
And it's just like, even at this small stage, it takes that long just to complete just 2 scenes on a day. And it's a lot of time, wasted, like setting up the camera, making sure all this is done.
Yep.
Prepping Ronnie, prepping David, because David was like, no help.
You weren't recording that? Like that shit?
Like, I swear, like David, when David was a different person when it came to acting and producing. Like, producing, right. David was
That's tough. That's kind of a double-edged sword too. That like playing two roles like that.
Yeah, I mean, like producing, Dave was perfect. Acting wise, oh Jesus,
Yeah,
oh
there was
God,
one time I was like, "Yo, Big, I can't make it." He said, "What? You're the main character." I'm like, "Bro, I got a date. I just can't. I gotta
oh wow,
go."
thank you for putting yourself out there.
Yeah, and then Big had to find a way to tell the whole cast, "Look, guys, David's not gonna make it because somebody died in the family." That's what Big said.
And we're filming in his house just to let you know.
Oh,
And guess what?
That's
what are you
even
not doing at home, man?
Right. And guess what, bro? I get to my house maybe 30 minutes in.
I
And
hope you guys
everyone's
drank all the
like,
drinks or whatever, ate all his food, all that stuff.
right. They're like, bro, I thought you were in the funeral. I'm like, oh shit, I came too early.
Oh man, you like dressed all nicely.
Yeah,
worse.
yeah, looking
That's all
fine.
nice.
You know, got a little hickey right here. You know what I'm saying? I was looking good. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, wow, yeah, your uncle has a lot of great friends.
Right.
But no,
Yeah.
that was like the thing about Take One Pass It Back. When certain people would like leave, or some people like couldn't make it, because some of the actors they look at that, they're just like, well, why can't they give me on time, or why are they not here? And we're all adults. First of all, I'm not paying you, so everything has to be by volunteer. There was one time I just blew up and just started, being that director that yells. And David had to pull me to the side, like, bro, we're not paying them. You gotta be a little nicer, but they gotta take it seriously. They gotta get here on time. Like, do they understand like what I have to do to make this happen? And like, I know I understand, but you gotta be more patient. And actually, that taught me, because my feature film, that really taught me a lot, because I ain't gonna say nothing about that one, but there's some people that again are a little bit different. They took a different approach to it, and I still had to be a lot patient with them versus other actors and stuff like that. But yeah, Take One Pass It Back. I wouldn't take away all the experiences and all the fun and joy from it. It was really a something experience.
Acting is hard. Acting is really hard. I know I did like this thing in high school. I only acted like twice ever in my life, and like I did this thing in high school where it's like a you ever heard of like a 24-hour project where you basically make a script and then you perform it in 24 hours.
Yes.
So yeah, so we made basically it was like a show. A 24-hour project was like a whole show, and I was also a writer and I was an actor, and my writing the the skit or whatever bombed, total bomb.
Mm.
We it was so stupid because we had like this story about just about this dude who was just like nothingness, just really about nothingness. The story was about nothingness, and this guy he goes to see a therapist, I think like a speech therapist or something like that. But it was really dumb because some of the jokes were like, instead of like like therapist, you know how it's spelled, right? The
Right.
rapist, that's how it's spelled, therapist. So we,
Mhm.
we had to kind of play on words and stuff like that for some stuff like that within the story. I don't even remember what the story was fully about. It was like something, he was seeing something, maybe like a stutter or something like that. But
Mm.
like, the rapist, like we're trying to play some words on that, and it was like the worst thing I probably ever written that actually like people actually acted on and saw. And then I remember like seeing there and like no one kind of like laughing, and I was like, this is awesome. I was just like, this is cool. All right, it's bombing. All right, it's fine. Better get ready for my show because I'm like the last one. I'm like the last show. Everything, all the 24-hour project stuff, all comedies except for mine. Of course, the one that I'm acting in, it's a drama. Basically, like the story was called it was basically like West Side Story. I think
Okay.
they called it South Side Story, even though
Mm.
we're in suburban Illinois.
Wow.
But yeah, like I remember just being so like stressed out. I got to a point where I'm like, I can't do this, like 3 hours left. And I don't know. It was like it was also because I didn't have like maybe the proper experience of acting and stuff like that. Didn't really know what I was getting into. I thought I was going to do a comedy, but no, I'm doing a drama. um, but like no, like acting. I mean, like anyone who's out there trying to make it as an actor, it's so hard. I mean, that doesn't even begin to describe it because the whole every sort of industry is like they're all adapting. They're all changing now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you got to be more than like two things now.
Right.
Yeah, I was listening to like one director how, comedy is like a fine line with horror.
Yeah,
It just depends like on yourself. Like,
I like that. I like that.
it's like literally because like if you really think of it, like comedy is extremely hard, and they really should like the Academy really needs to take comedy more seriously
Yeah,
because it's very very hard to like know what's funny and how to keep that going, and that's very tough. And I hate when they put like certain like Get Out, for example, came out in 2017.
yeah.
When they put that in the Golden Globes, they put that in a category of comedy.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right. I do remember that. Yeah,
like there was
it's definitely a thriller.
yeah, it was definitely a thriller, but like there was some comedy because it came from Jordan Peele. But
Yeah,
again, that was a straight up like horror. Like you're talking about somebody like taking your mind and taking your body. That's scary. That's horrible.
Damn.
But
yeah.
it's really something.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
I remember there was a play that we were doing back in college, and there was a guy who was like super terrible. In fact, this is my first time working with Diana, who's been on you guys' podcast.
Yeah.
I was working with David and then Josie, and his delivery was so slow. Everything he was playing death. I forgot what the name of the play was, but Diana was playing life. David was playing the boy, and Josie was playing the girl. And after I got finished with my directing class, that play, I thought people were going to just dog crap on the guy playing death because he was so slow. He even pulled out the script one time. He ended up being the best thing in the whole entire play.
Really?
Yes, and that's the thing about me is like even if you give me a bad performance, I could still take it because the reason why he is playing death, his slow delivery works with it because it's just like you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know if he's going to like lash out, hit her, do this and stuff like that. So it worked, and I had to take a lot of time to prep that actor, and I could have again yelled, shouted, done all this, but again that was his process. Of course, I was stuck with him. But nonetheless, I made him feel like, look, just get through it. This is what you're gonna do, and your weakness is gonna show out to be your strength, and that's what it ended up being.
Yeah, I mean, like back when I like the South Side Story thing, like there's one thing I really wanted to do and that make it feel a little more real, and that is maybe throw one of the other actors across the stage. I'm just kidding, but like,
Oh boy,
no, but like it's stuff like that. Sometimes it's just satisfying. If you throw like a dummy across the room or whatever, it just feels great. But yeah, like. If I could improv that, I would just throwing across the other actor or just across the room. Good.
I was gonna say like in episode 3 of the second season of Take One Pass It Back, it's funny because when David first wrote that episode, he wrote it to where he was gonna beat up the girl, and I said like, what's so funny about this? Like it's a little joke and blah blah, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to rewrite this. We're going to have it where she beats you instead. And that ended up being more funnier because, like, again, this is your first quote-unquote date. Who takes the first date to a karate? Yaakov does for some reason. The character, not him.
Right.
But he just goes ahead and he just takes her out to this karate and she just beats him up instead. And it turned out to be funnier.
And she's like a black belt or something like that.
A black belt that we never knew about and stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, I wanted to take David's, he had 2 gis. And he actually I wanted to put the smaller gi again on a dummy and like launch it, but we never got a chance to do because we just ran out of time.
Damn it!
When we actually got that studio, David wrote this scene, and when you write something, you have to know what you have in your disposal of resources. So I said, David, why would you write a dojo if we don't have a dojo? He's like, no problem, I got it. So just like in Kill Bill Volume 2, David went to go see his seafood. He had to go spar with his seafood to get us that lockdown location.
Right.
He actually came back, like David came back limping and everything. Shirt was all like torn. And I'm just like, wow, you actually did it? He's like, yeah, man, we're going to film next Saturday. And he's like literally like limping. You think you would be okay? And he's like, nah, I'll be all right. He was sparring with some girl and she kept kicking his leg. And she kicked the shin. So that's why.
Yeah, I didn't go back to stand. Yeah, well, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap it up because the timer is about to go. Because I didn't get the unlimited Zoom. But real quick,
let's do like 1 or 2 last questions. All right, how did you guys meet?
We met actually through a Northeastern I would say like a cult. And
That's how me and David met at a job fair for
Right.
NAHJ members.
Exactly.
Even though I'm not even Hispanic.
Yeah, they just gave us the cup and like, hey, Dave, you go drink your Kool-Aid? He's like, nah, all right, friends for life.
Yeah.
Like, that's how we met. But no, we actually met. He actually asked me a couple of questions. And at first, I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to meet this guy again in Northeastern. And then sure enough, Dave is the type of person who just goes around talking to random people. He bumps it to me about 3 weeks ago and said, hey, man, I remember you told me about the story you want to make and blah, blah, blah. And then he invited me to his house. Dave is the type of person who never really tells you what you're, expecting. So here we are watching these movies. I'm just like, I've seen these movies, Taken and Fast Five. But he's like, no, bro, you gotta stay. You gotta stay. And this is the first time I met his actual family, and it was very nice. And after that, that's when we started hanging out so much that we became like super bad. Michael Cera and Jonah Hill and super bad in Northeastern, literally.
Yeah. Like
It's a
Vic,
call classic.
right.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. And Vic would stay over like almost every day. Like I'd be like, Vic, please, just one more day. Vic, just one more week. And Vic is like, yo,
Sleep over, Vic.
I gotta go get my
Sleep
clothes.
on my bed.
I gotta go shower. You know what I'm saying? It was just crazy, man. But I'm gonna have to wrap it up, guys, because it's almost time. So real quick, Vic, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, man. We'll definitely have you back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, most definitely. Hami, thank you again too. And for my fans, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe.
You don't
And-
have to watch, just comment.
Right, right, yeah. If you do that, that'd be great. But also, I'm also starting a dance class every Thursday night. I'm teaching cumbia, 8 p.m. in Las Vegas, Nabua Studio. So if anybody wants to learn how to dance, break it down, yeah, do the thing, I got you. It's the best place to meet people. And
How many classes are you in so far?
So
How many classes have you done?
so my first class was actually last Thursday.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, like, if you, assuming you didn't, but you already did. What was the first day like? Like, what did you teach?
Bro, I gotta tell you this. So one friend only came to my dance class.
Oh, awesome.
It was so embarrassing. The owner was like, damn, bro. Like, he ain't got nobody. You know what I'm saying? So the owner was like, he had another class he had to teach. So he was like, hey, guys, can we stay for David's class just to support him? This is first day. And it was so nice because I didn't have nobody. And my friend came late. She came like 20 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
So it was so nice to have like 12 couples there. We got to dance.
That's good.
And I felt special. I even had the mic like you, Hami. I had the mic
Yeah.
because we had to wear the mask, so it's hard to hear. But that's actually based on true events. Like, that happened. So hopefully this week I have like 2 or 3 people.
As long as you have 2 people, I think it'd be great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Like,
It
one
sounds
person's
like
kind of depressing, but 2 people is fine.
Right. Oh man, it's funny, guys. But yeah,
Kind of
man.
like Johnny from Cobra Kai, man. You got that
Oh,
one,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're going to have 30 of them.
Yeah, right.
It's like spreading like the virus. This thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
No mercy. No mercy. Oh, shit. All right, guys. Well, I'll catch y'all around, okay?
All right.
See
Thank
you
you,
guys.
man.
Peace.